So Simon and I first met 3 years ago. We were both shopping at LL Bean and, well, we happened to make eye contact looking through all the camouflage and, well, I felt this connection. And I didn't want to look away, so I didn't. And I've been stalking him ever since.
First thing I did when I got home that day was open up my laptop and find Abigail on Facebook. She wasn't hard to find, and luckily she had a lot of stuff to work with. When I looked through her photos, I saw her house in the background of one of them, and it actually looked super familiar. Turned out I actually drove by it every day on my way to work. So that night I walked down about 4 blocks away, picked a good tree right outside her window, and watched her sleep.
When Simon left the LL Bean that day, I followed him and watched him get into his car and tailed him discreetly all the way home. I parked a few cars down and, well, I managed to get a few shots of him walking to his doorstep.
Oh, there I am. Oh, I had no idea. That's how good she is.
Oh, come on.
Pretty soon I learned Abigail loved coffee. She couldn't go to work without it. And so one day I decided to try to meet her at her favorite Starbucks. I left around 7:45, so I'd be there at 7:50 when she usually shows up.
And what are the odds? I had actually taken that day off to try and meet Simon. So I showed up at his house in the morning before he left, parked in my usual spot. And can you imagine my surprise when I followed him to my favorite coffee shop?
So finally we met each other. For real this time.
When we first found out about Abigail's new relationship, we were a little worried. But then we got to know Simon, and he seems like a pretty fantastic guy. So we're just happy they found each other and Abigail's in a real relationship.
I was so surprised at first to find out that Abigail was also a stalker. I hadn't seen anything like that in my 2 months stalking her prior. I think that's why I was so drawn to her. You know, her passion for the craft just shined through.
Living with Simon has just been such a dream come true. We got to know each other so fast. Not that there was much to learn after we already met each other. He showed me all of his favorite spots. Sometimes we'll both just get into the same tree and stand on different branches and just stare at each other through binoculars.
Sometimes we even finish each other's
sentences.
Like she'll be telling me a story and I'll already know all the details, even if she's never told me it before, since I've already read about it online.
Whenever I go to sleep at night, it's just so comforting knowing that when I wake up in the morning, he's gonna be right there, 15 feet away from me, watching through my window.
Sometimes at night I'll come downstairs to get a glass of water and she'll be there to flicker the lights to make sure that I know where I'm going.
We're just so good about communicating. If he's working late or something, I'll get a phone call saying, I know where you live, or something threatening like that. I just know he's always thinking about me. What was that thing you did for our first anniversary when you stole my cat?
No, they don't want to hear about that.
No, it was so cute. He left this ransom note on my door that said, if you ever want to see Mr. Snuffles again, meet me at that fancy restaurant.
We just love when Abigail comes home for holidays. We get to find out all the fun things that her and Simon do together. She tells us almost everything.
So Simon, where are your parents?
Oh, well, after our last anniversary, she won't tell me.
It's fine. They have enough food, water, and air for a few more days at least.
Well,
so.
yeah, but it's been like 2 months.
You worry so much. It's fine. It's fine.
Of course, it's not all happy all the time, you know. We do sometimes have our arguments, and when we have a disagreement, you know, one of us will do something kind of petty in response.
Simon? Who is this?
Where'd you find that?
It was in your wallet, Simon. Who is she?
That's just an old photo. Someone I was stalking years ago.
It doesn't look old. That's it. I'm filing another restraining order.
Again? That's the 3rd time this month. Can't we talk about this?
3 days, Simon. Then we can talk about it.
So, yeah, the fact that we always have grounds to file a restraining order does get abused every once in a while.
But they never last long. It's really hard for us to stay away from each other.
But isn't 29 voicemails in one day just a little excessive?
Yeah, but they're so cute.
No, it's not. That's really, really weird and creepy. Like, we cannot condone that kind of behavior in this household. Stalking is a crime.
It's okay.
It doesn't really matter what anyone says, because I know that no matter what, we're always going to love each other. For forever.